Hey, so I felt led to make a video about emotional eating today, just because I've noticed I have fallen into some unnatural patterns with this over the last year or so, like binge eating and it's like, oh, well, I worked out really hard today, so I'm gonna eat this piece of red velvet cake. Like, just because you worked out, like, why would you throw all that hard work literally down the toilet because you're shitting it out just to make you feel better? It's so contradicting because you're working out to feel better about yourself, to look better, to get the adrenalines moving, to feel alive, and to feel good, and to look good. So basically, okay, so I'm reading the book 80-10-10 Diet, and it has a really good passage on emotional eating, which actually inspired me to make this video. So I'm going to read some of it, not all of it. It's like 2 paragraphs long, so bear with me. One of the primary ways we handle painful emotions is to literally eat ourselves numb with dense, hard-to-digest foods, the so-called comfort foods. This is effective because of the nature of our nervous systems. Our bodies have a finite amount of nerve energy at any given time. The digestion of food and the construction of emotions each demands so much energy they cannot be performed simultaneously. A classic example demonstrated of this property of our nervous system is at a funeral. When people are grieving so intensely they cannot eat at all, while others cannot stop eating. The answer to all of this lies in not consuming food at all, but maintaining emotional poise and developing the ability to fully feel our emotions. And this is what eating raw, organic matter provides for you. It's no coincidence that when filling your body with earth, like apples and fruit and nuts and seeds and vegetables, you have a clearer, not only do you see clearer, but you feel emotionally better, mentally better, spiritually better, physically better, all around better. And it's connecting with Mother Nature that balances you and grounds you. It's no coincidence that when people are detoxing or on a juice fast or whatever, they start getting this mental clarity that they've never gotten before. And I experienced it when I was on the master cleanse. It was awesome, beautiful, and I have been reading the book 80-10-10 for maybe a month now, and I taking notes on it, and I'm going really slow so I can kind of like soak up the information so I can then reteach it to other people and help inspire them and help teach and help create health, I guess. But yeah, I've been reading it, and ever since I've been reading it, I've been transitioning to an 80-10-10 diet. And I love it. I feel great. I see improvements. And I honestly can't believe I didn't try something this simple sooner. I had all these blocks from 80-10-10. Like, I heard so much about it, but I'd never done research on it. And I just had, my ego was always there being like, ew, eating that much fruit has to be unhealthy. Like, oh my god, that's like so like gluttonous. Like, ew, like you don't want to consume more, you want to consume less, like superfoods and stuff. And it just makes so much more sense when you start actually experiencing it, but then when you're reading the scientific facts about it, you're like, oh my god. You're supposed to get your water sources from fruit and stuff like that, and that's why everyone's dehydrated, because they're not eating enough natural-based fluids. So, basically I just wanted to talk about it, and hopefully it could clarify some of my unhealthy patterns, and maybe inspire you to break some of your unhealthy patterns, because the first step is admitting that you have them. So a few things that I do not to emotional eat is, before I eat anything, I ask myself, am I hungry? Am I thirsty? Or am I eating because this is going to make me feel good? Usually it's one of the two. It's I'm thirsty or I'm eating to feel better about myself, to numb these emotions that I'm having. And it's like, there's no such thing as a bad emotion. It's only your perception of how you are perceiving that emotion. Just because you feel sad or empty or not ecstatic with happiness doesn't necessarily mean you shouldn't be feeling it. The spectrum is black and white, yet has many shades of gray. So it's just important to remember that you have the power to make yourself happy. You don't need that physical piece of cake to make you feel better. It's because in the end, it's really not going to make you feel better. You're just going to numb yourself down until you get to a breaking point, and you just have either you become obese or you like cry because someone looked at you wrong. But yeah, that's basically it on emotional eating. I do want to touch on some of the energies that I have been connecting to as of recently, and I have been practicing on my connection to my higher self, and she has been telling me to stay patient, because a lot of the things that I have been manifesting are coming into fruition. So, that being said, I might have some exciting news within a week or so, and I don't want to say anything yet because I don't want to jinx myself, but if this does happen, which I'm like 100% sure it's gonna happen. And just all the these fears and doubts in my mind, and I don't want to get disappointed. Like being like, okay, like hush hush about this, whatever. So I'm just gonna listen to myself and not really blow it. But if this does happen, I can see things changing quite rapidly, very rapidly, like a river. Oh, I'm really excited, yet anxious, nervous, so much anxiety, like just, oh my god, the energy that I've been feeling lately, like I don't know if it's just me, but I think that you've been feeling it too. So, may the force be within. Namaste.
Oh boy, this will be fun. I'm going to pretend to be anything I please today. And you pretend right along with me. Where shall I begin?
Very well, it can